I've been fighting some freezes and crashes in Palworld running DirectX 12. You know, trying to take advantage of the awesome features with DirectX 12, like frame insertion and more powerful DLSS, etc. And it just has been crashing and freezing all the time, and I was busting through it and trying my best to figure out every possibility, and I've made some changes to the Engine.ini file within Palworld's config, and I have made some different changes to the Windows operating system and the GPU settings, etc. So if you follow along with me, you might have some better success with your Palworld DirectX 12 run. As you can see, I was able to build a nice Japanese style mountain house without any interruption, and it was really fun to do. So I know I'm a bit of a noob here, but here we go. So first of all, we're going to make some changes to the security settings that involve Palworld in order to get better Unreal Engine 5 memory allocation. So we're going to use the Windows key plus S, and we're going to open App in Browser Control. So do Window S and then type App. And the first thing that comes up will be App in Browser Control. Select this and go in, and you can follow along here. Go to Exploit Protection Settings, click on Program Settings, press the plus button, choose Exact File Path, and you'll want to go through to Program Files x86, Steam, steamapps, Common, Palworld Pal Binaries Win64, and select Palworld Win64 shipping.exe. This is the file that is actually running. You want to click Open, and in this dialog we will scroll down and you will see Control Flow Guard. Click Override System Settings, select Off, and hit Apply. Next, we want to change the page file size to give the system as much as it needs. For Palworld, this will prevent freezes from dynamic allocation leaks. So again, Windows key plus S to bring up the search, and we will type in Advanced. First thing that comes up is View Advanced System Settings. Click this. You'll want to go to the Advanced tab, Performance Settings, Advanced tab again, and these are pretty good options too that still look good in Windows and eliminate a lot of the background stuff. Advanced tab, Virtual Memory Change. This will change our page file size for our SSD, assuming you have one, and Palworld is installed on it, assuming that as well. That would be nice. You'll want to put in 16,384, 32,768 under custom size, and then click Set. OK. Make sure you have that much space before doing that. Next, we will want to smooth out DLSS frame generation and VRAM handoffs. We will want to do this by enabling HAGs and doing some high performance change on Windows settings in the Windows graphics settings. So again, Windows S, type in graphic, I can spell. We will open graphics settings, and we will want to turn on hardware accelerated GPU scheduling, HAGs, on, and we will want to browse for, again, the same exact thing as earlier, and select Palworld, and then click Add. It says I've already added it. Okay, it is this one here. Again, the same. Go to Options, High Performance, Save. The next recommendation that I have on this list is to turn off your computer, turn it back on, and when you see the option to go into the BIOS on the motherboard graphic, you'll want to press a key that it says to press to go into the BIOS. Sometimes that's delete, sometimes it's F2, F12. It depends on your system and what it says. You'll press that button, you'll go into your dialog for the BIOS. So in the BIOS settings, which can look daunting, don't be scared. You know, plenty of us have done this before and do it all the time. It's not too bad. Just some settings on the motherboard. Make sure you don't change anything that would potentially break your computer, but these won't. Disable C states, and that can be found under advanced or CPU configuration or overclocking sometimes, and it'll be called C states. You'll want it disabled, and stops CPU core latency freezes on sudden load. If you have a graphics card of the Nvidia RTX 3040 50 newer, or AMD Radeon RX 5000, 6000, 7000 or newer, or Intel Arc, then you'll possibly, more than likely, have a resizable bar on your graphics card. You'll want to enable the resizable bar in the BIOS, and that can be found under Advanced PCI Subsystem or Boot menus. We can confirm that it's active within the Nvidia app or AMD Software Adrenaline Edition if you have an AMD card. So to confirm that we have enabled it, we can go to Nvidia app, system, myrig, view rig details. So I'm just going to do Windows S, type in Nvidia, and there's the Nvidia app. Hopefully you already have that installed. If you have an Nvidia card, you will more than likely have it installed. And make sure you have up-to-date drivers, of course. But again, we're going to go to System, My Rig, View Rig Details, and we can see that we have indeed the resizable bar enabled. And while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and stay in the Nvidia app to make a few changes for Palworld. I don't have Palworld here, and I don't necessarily want to make these settings global, so I'm going to click the ellipses and add a program, and again click this and then open. Palworld shows up. If it doesn't show up, you can refresh. Now, I personally recommend doing these, and you can experiment. Obviously, it's not going to hurt too much. DLS override model preset recommended. Oh, it switched out on me. Sorry, gonna refresh. I miss Nvidia control panel already. And we'll go to Palworld, recommended. And we'll go down and we'll see CUDA memory fallback, driver default, forgot lower latency mode, ultra. And you can use on as well. I like to use ultra because my CPU is not as good as my GPU. And I also recommend power management mode, prefer maximum performance, but that's not going to be too different than normal. Resizable bar, but they've added an option for this in the Nvidia app. You can keep it on auto or enabled. And it's doing its dance. See? Vertical sync, I have this set to off because I am using G-Sync technology on my monitor. And I also recommend texture filtering trilinear optimization on. Next we'll make just a very simple change to Steam. I'm right-clicking on Steam and I'm going to Library, right-clicking Palworld Properties, and in the General tab of Palworld's Properties on Steam, we will want to select the Play option. You don't necessarily have to click this because we're going to add the force here, -D3D12. Okay. Last but not least, we want to update our Engine.ini, and so I will put this in the description. Copy from the description and go to Windows R this time to get the Run dialog box. Paste and press OK, and this will take us directly into the local config files for Palworld. I've already created a Windows old here, but on your Engine.ini, you'll want to slow click or right click rename and type in old or something of that nature and press enter. Okay, and that will save it as this. That way you have a backup. And now we'll want to grab the more detailed Engine.ini that I have at this link, which I'll put in the description. On the browser of your choice, copy it, and then you'll want to select download, and I'm going to download it to the desktop, and it's going to ask me, do you want to download an unverified file? It may do something else depending on your browser. I clicked yes, and now I can simply drag and drop from here or drag and drop from desktop. Replace the file in the destination. You will not necessarily have this because you've renamed it Windows.old, but I'm going to say yes. And last but not least, we want to go to Properties, Read Only, and Apply. So right click, Properties, Read Only, Apply, OK. And what we're seeing in here is a very detailed list of Unreal Engine 5 changes that will help you play in DirectX 12 with less hiccups than before. This is mainly thanks to this particular Nexus mod by P40L0. This is where I got the start, and I added a lot of different things and made a few changes, but thank you to this modder. Hopefully you have less problems when playing Palworld. Enjoy the game.